Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the Lemesis, your nemesis, but you can call me Lem. And welcome to a live stream and, hopefully a future recording if you're listening to this at a later time on what I think Path of Exile 2 needed yesterday. Now, I'm just going to preface this. If you don't really like my ideas, just give constructive criticism at the bottom. We don't need to have any hate or anything like that. I do realize I come from a different era and I think drastically differently than a lot of people when it comes to certain things, but maybe we agree on a lot of these things here, or maybe we disagree. So again, just kind of, I'm not here for any of the nonsense and shenanigans. So I'm just going to cut right straight to the point on things that I want to see. This is not an exhaustive, comprehensive list. This is literally something I just came up with, just sitting down thinking for a few minutes. So GGG, if you want to pay me, go on ahead. I'll be glad to help you guys. I can help turn this game around and set you guys on the right path. But most importantly, I want to start off with my list. Number one, I'm going to steal this from Dead Rabbit because I saw that he posted this video. He made a video that inspired me. And he said a lot of stuff that I've already thought. So it's not really his idea per se, but we're a part of a massive community together. It's new content. This game needs a massive amount of content. It's super boring right now. I don't have as many hours as he does. I think I've only played hold on, let me pull up my Steam. I played 326.6 hours of Path of Exile 2. So I would consider myself along that casual line of player. And again, that's debatable, whatever, right? But I don't have 3,000 hours in the game. If you give it time, I might. But right now, I only have 326 hours. What I think we should do for all the new content, or at least some general ideas, is whenever we have a new mechanic that gets released, I think they kind of messed this up with Breach and Expedition and whatever the other one is. I can't remember off the top of my head. We should have had a new act that introduced the new mechanic. So we should have an Expedition act where you have unique levels, unique biomes, specific unique enemies that are associated with Expedition, and then its own unique boss, which I'm sure they do right now, and that's in the end game, but it should have been introduced kind of like a new act. So then you'd be forced to go through the mechanic. It would force you to show you how to use Expedition, what to do with Expedition, the items you get with Expedition, what do they do, and then of course have a nice little quick tutorial. And then you would go on missions and different levels and different biomes as you complete and attack enemies that lead you to the end game or the campaign act of Expedition. You don't have to make it a campaign. It could be like a side campaign act. Doesn't really matter. It would just be nice to have a series of, I don't know, maybe a minimum of 10 different levels per unique league mechanic. So you do it with Breach, you do it with Expedition, you do it with, for some reason I can't remember, Rituals. You do it with Rituals, and you just have an entire act that has about 10 levels to it, 10 unique levels with multiple enemy types. I know it's a lot of work, and unique mini bosses as well. So that's always a plus. Add more enemy types, add more mini bosses, add more bosses, which I know they're in the process of making. The next thing I want to bring up is add more flair into animations of all skills to make them look cooler. This is really annoying. You guys have, let me see if I can pull up some real quick. Just as an example, again, this is, because I know Jonathan is big on you got to be specific. You got to be specific. But it's bro, that's your job. But anyway, you need to just understand what we want and then translate it and then try something new. But I'm going to be specific. So let me see. There's one skill that's mad annoying. I don't like volcanic fissure, the way it's set up. And I don't like how you have to intricately design each part of it just to make it more cool and unique. But that's not the one I was looking for. I'm looking for the one where you throw fire. Not the solar orb, because I'm playing predominantly as warrior, so I'm gonna preface that as well. Right now I'm a mercenary. This is my second character. There it is, Molten Blast. I think Molten Blast is mad doo-doo. This skill is so trash to me. And I think a lot of skills kind of are along the same lines of this, at least when it comes to the warrior. So take what I'm saying here with a grain of salt, because I have not tried every single character in the game. I can really hear you guys right now saying this. But when it comes to the warrior, I don't think the visuals on the attacks are as unique as they could be. I've seen other videos and YouTube videos of other attacks and from different classes, and I just think it should be improved tremendously. I think you guys have it set up now where you tie animations or unique animations to like extra let me see, let's go to skills, let's go back, cosmetics. Oh, you know what? I'm not in my other character. So you have these like character effects, and I don't like that at all. Like, I have that for one of my characters. I have a warrior that's like level 90. I bought this character effect that I attached to a specific weapon. I think you should just eliminate that altogether and just make your skills look more cool. If anything, make it more affordable, because I think even the cost of your cosmetics can be a little high. I know the game's going to be free to play, but I didn't get it for free. I paid. So it's like, so from my perspective, I really think they should add that and make that, you know, make it cheaper. Of course, we need to add more skills and more weapons, which I think you guys are going to do. It's really boring the way I think it's set up right now. There's not a lot of skills in the game that are viable and unique, and you're going to hear that in any other, you know, YouTube video, but I'm just gonna, you know, beat that drum and say the same thing. I also think that the ascendancy skill tree should do so much more than just add more damage, which is kind of lame. Should uniquely change how your build works visually, showing everyone, like, for instance, if you're a warrior titan, you should have something very distinct, not just damage wise and what you can do. I want visually, I want you to be able to see the difference between a warrior titan, a warrior warbringer, and a warrior smith of Katava. That way, you know, like, oh, he's got a smith of Katava dude, or he's got a warbringer dude. I think it would just be cool to add some kind of visual flair. It doesn't even have to be anything that does damage. It would just be something unique, like maybe an aura that glows around you, just something that visually differentiates you between the different ascendancies would be really cool. I think we need to add more slots on the passive skill tree to insert jewels. So apparently you guys had that from the beginning and then they removed it. So that was stupid in my opinion. They should just go back to doing that. That would be nice. The next thing I have here, I'm just gonna rattle these off as quickly as possible so the video's not long and maybe we'll get some traction and people will watch it. We should increase the base movement speed for all characters to maybe that 10 to 15% level that you get currently on boots. That would make the most sense to me. Some boots you get 10 to 15%. That to me should be the base speed that you get. I got 18 right now. I know a little bit more what I'm doing the second time around with my character, but when you're first starting, it's so sluggish. It's not even good for YouTube views, man. Like, it's pretty bad because people sit there and watch your slow gameplay. So I think we should use that as a base. And then I don't mind the extra buffs, right? So again, I'm saying take that 10 to 15% that you would get on boots, make that inherent in all characters, and then you can do the same extra 10 to 15% all the way up to 35 if you can find a pair of boots. So in a sense, just add an extra 10%, right? So if you have 35% boots, then that extra 10% will be 45%. So then like the max speed would be 45 for the average character. Now I know there's movement speed you can get on the skill tree. I know there's movement speeds, and people have these crazy mechanics and things they found out about the game, which is, it was awesome. I like those little Easter egg type things. But for the most part, if everyone can move around 45% to 50% at max, to me, that seems favorable, and it allows, you know, GGG to do what they want to do because they have a vision for the game. The next thing I think they should do is lower gear requirements for all items, weapons, and armor, and passive skill tree nodes, keystones, notables, like the dual wield keystone. So like, this was really annoying. It's very build limiting, and I just think it shouldn't be this limited. The game is so complicated as it is, and then when you start to figure stuff out and you're like, ooh, I want to do this cool thing, you end up being in a situation where you can't do the cool thing because there's all these retarded requirements. So like, for instance, if this was not triple the attribute, but it was just double the attribute, I actually could have done it on my first character. But because it was triple, it's just so ridiculous that it's just not, to me, it's not logical. And you'll see what I'm saying when I get to other suggestions on why it doesn't make sense. Because I played this game, I saw one creator say, like, the way the game is designed currently right now, it's set up where, like, you know, Triple G, they decided what works with what. And it doesn't give, this game doesn't really give you the ability to kind of create your own build that mix and matches things that weren't built for each other. And this is one of those things that I find that's really annoying. Is like, I created a warrior, a titan ascendancy, and the reason why I went down the direction I wanted to go, that I went, is I started using like a monk warrior, right? But then, like, because of the skill tree, the way it's set up, there are clearly things that are associated with the monk that's on the opposite side. And this is going to lead to the other thing that I was going to say, and I'll just get to it now. I think the passive skill tree should be changed in a way where you can swap nodes from one side to the other side. So you should be able to just select, and I think there should be a limitation on this. There should be a limitation on how many nodes you can swap. But if there are unique keystones, notables, again, stuff like attributes, you're not going to do. But if you give us the ability, like, you know how you can choose an attribute here? When you come here, you can choose strength, you can choose intelligence and dexterity. I think we should be able to do the same thing with certain notables and keystones. That way we can, if we're using a warrior and we want to get a specific keystone or notable that's on the opposite side that would benefit me as like a warrior monk, I can grab a couple of those. And you can have some limitations on that, where maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe out of, if there's 150 nodes, out of 150 nodes, you can do this for 50 of them, right? That would be cool. Now, granted, you're going to have regular attributes that you're going to select that you can't swap out. But when it comes to these notables and keystones, maybe, you know, if there's 50 of them total, give me the ability to do half of them so that I can select different notables that are on the other side of the passive skill tree. I think it would help for builds to make them stronger so that people don't have to feel like, all right, in order for me to be, like, I want to use the monk ascendancy, but maybe as a warrior, right? So it gives people the ability to do that, because then maybe I can select some warrior notables that make me stronger. The next thing is allow me to dual wield every single weapon in the game, no matter what. Like, I want to be able to dual wield a quarterstaff and a mace. My first build, not the one you're seeing right now, because I'm just using a mercenary and I'm ranking him up. I can't do that. And I think it's annoying, and I think it would be cool, and I just want to have fun. So this is just purely like, stop limiting the game, stop making it stupid, allow me to have fun. That's it. The next one would be remove the spirit mechanic, or give all characters more spirit, or lower the cost of spirit that is required on certain skills, which is really annoying. Because again, it feels like there's an entire setup of spirits, and if I pull just a couple spirit gems up real quick, you'll get my point. Like, there's a bunch of cool stuff here that seems very specific to, and I get it, it's specific to the class, but like, I want to use all of them, and you can, but some of these are so ridiculous. The reservation needed 60, 60, 30. They're so high. I think 30 should be the cap. It should be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But you have some that are like 100. Like, for instance, Trinity is 100 spirit, and you have the requirement for the dexterity, which is the key behind what I was saying. Lower the requirements for everything, because you just want to be able to build things. And what happens is you don't like, the game gives you this idea that you can just build anything, but you can't, because clearly there are avenues and ways that are incentivized, quote to speak, you know, so to speak, that will allow you to get specific skills and spirit gems to work better. But it's like, you can never really use Trinity on a warrior, easily, unless you built the warrior around being like a witch or whatever. I want to be able to like build a normal warrior and then go, hey, I could use Trinity, right? And I think the game is just too limited. So I would lower the cost of all of the spirit gem skills. And like I said, I think the max should be 30. And maybe you can keep the number of spirit you get in the game at what it is now, but I just don't think it should be that high as it is right now. I said this earlier, don't tie animations to monetization. Just improve the animations of the current skills in the game, because that's a big thing for me. The molten blast just looks so boring. Now I know you can eventually get scatter shot and then you get them all, but it's like these little baby balls. So it's like, I'm not playing Mario. I don't want to have firepower like I'm on Mario. I want something cooler than that, you know? So I want better visuals for the game. I think the visuals for the game are pretty doo-doo. And in order for you to improve it, you got to like, just for some, right? You have to pay for extra monetizations. Now, I'm sure there are some other classes that have cooler animations, but with the warrior, it is straight doo-doo and it should be totally improved. So then the next one is, don't put a strict limit on the amount of support gems you can use on skills. I don't like that. If anything, add just diminishing returns so that you're not incentivized to keep adding the same support gem, because it just keeps diminishing as you add more and more. I think we should be able to add, like the mercenary has the ability to literally have 2 support gems of the same type on 2 separate skills. I think every single, to me, that's one of those like idea things. Like you ran out of ideas for this ascendancy class, so then you're like, let's just add this node so he can have all the support gems twice, or you know, the same support gem twice. It's like, no, dude, come up with something better than that. Everybody should be able to do that, because this is like silly to me, right? When you come in here and you have all these supports, I mean, you guys have a crap ton of supports, and let's just be frank, when you have your build, I get you have multiple classes, but like, what's the point of having hundreds and hundreds of support gems with such a very minute amount of support gems that can be added to skills? To me, it just seems pointless, because when I hear you go, I'm going to add 3,000 more support gems, I kind of go, well, you only give me 6 slots anyway, or 5 slots anyway per skill. And I can't even use the same one twice unless I'm a mercenary and I get that ascendancy. So, okay. Thanks, but no thanks. That's boring. It's not fun. So, you know, I also think we should add more support gems that are more impactful. I see a ton of support gems that are kind of doo-doo. They have such terrible downsides. And I think this next part will kind of, you know, balance the scale. I do think the game should be more difficult. Like, we should have more bosses and levels and enemies be more difficult. Right? If you're increasing the speed of our character, then, and you're making the skills more impactful, and you're giving us the ability to have more support gems, I think you just need to make stuff difficult. Like, I'm cool with the game being more difficult. Just give me the ability to overcome the difficulty with my skill. With, you know, you can dodge roll, you can, you know, cancel skills and stuff. So like, I think it would be really fun if you made the game more difficult and you improved the game in the areas that I've talked about so far. Another thing that I want to see added into the game is add more enemies on every single level significantly. It is so barren. You see how bad it is too when you play the game again the second time around with a new character. But like, I just want to see like twice as many enemies on the maps. And then maybe slow down the speed of some of the enemies that kind of rush you, because you don't want to feel like you're in horde mode 24/7, but you also feel like, you know, there's a lot of walking that gets done. So if you're not going to increase the speed, then definitely increase by doubling the amount of enemies that you currently have at the minimum on all maps. I'm talking about like throughout the campaign, the whole process, because like, you know, we're playing a game top down. We want to see hordes and hordes of enemies. Again, I'm using the word horde loosely, but we just want to see a lot of enemies on the screen. And I just think it's just ridiculous. And it's real bad in the end game, in my opinion. I don't like the amount of enemies you get in the end game. And I get like with maps, you're supposed to add them. I'm going to get there. I think that's stupid. That's boring. as well. And again, I'm talking from a perspective as I assume I'm a casual. Y'all probably disagree with me that I'm not, but whatever, you can have your opinion. The next thing I want to bring up too, because this is really, really foolish to me. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Because the game is set up where you have mana, and when you run out of mana, you need to have a skill. This stupid thing where you have at least the base skill taking up a slot is ridiculous to me. So either eliminate the base skill, because I just don't find it useful at all to have whirling slash and spear stab and spear throw and parry and mace strike and quarter staff strike when I'm not going to use it. And like, I don't like, I get if I run out of mana, I need to hit an enemy, so I need to have it. But like, I don't want to run out of mana, so I'm just going to try to find a way to not run out of mana. So I don't want to use this stupid base skill. So it's either one, add more slots so that I can have more skills if you want to keep this here for other people who want to use the base skill, because I think it's just too limited on how many slots you have here. Like, look at this, dude. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 different skills that are already taking a slot, and I don't even use them. And then all the cool stuff that makes the game fun, rake, disengage, look at this. And then I have to have a slot for Herald of Ash. This just adds fire after I kill an enemy. Like, come on. What are you doing to me? I want to have all the heralds, right? I don't want to just have Herald of Blood. I don't want to just have Herald of Ash. I want to add all the heralds. This is the reason why I said eliminate the spirit like requirement. It's just too expensive because you've tied all these cool visuals behind your build being having a certain amount of spirit, and you don't make getting spirit easy. And that's another option. You could just give me the ability to just add more spirit easily, right? Like if I want to go, maybe there's a specific act that says like when you find all these unlockable things, you can get even more spirit. And you can do that for all the characters and all the classes. Cool. But the fact that like certain characters use more spirit than others because they have like, you know, intelligent builds, I just find that really dumb. I just do. And I know y'all might disagree with me, but like, it's just not fun. Like we got to get down to the point where the game is fun. And if everything is just so limiting and you getting your hands tied behind your back, that's not fun. You want me to read books every day playing this game. I got to read all the skills. I got to read all the little things, but then you don't like have the fun factor. So it's really dumb. Here's another thing. Boy, I cannot stand this. This character probably can't do it, but when you come here, and maybe they can. Hold on. No, they can't do it right now because I have to go to the end. The map device, when you come to the map device and the portals go around the map device, there's like zero space. There's like less than a foot of space in game in the map device and the portals. And like, it'd be nice to have some space. You know why? Because like, when I come back, and you know, I'm just gonna switch characters so you can see what I'm talking about. It's like mad dumb. Let's go to my Titan, right? Let's go to my man Thurndale. That Thurndale. All right. So like Thurndale, right? Let's go pull up just a simple little map. It's just there's no space whatsoever when you do this. So you go here and then you select this and you throw this little dumb thing in there. And then look how much space I get. And oh, I'm not doing one that has a lot, right? But when you see it has like, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Hold on. I need y'all cats to see this. It's just like ridiculous to me. 36. All right, let's do that one. All right, let's do this one. This should hopefully have all the portals. I didn't read it. You see how much I don't want to read? I just want to play. Oh, it got one, bro. Y'all cats know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm moving on. They'll put so many individual portals around it, and there's like no room between the map device and the portal. Like, give me like a good, you know, several inches on the screen, right? But around it, I can move this back here when I go into the edit mode or whatever. Like, I can move the market clusters and stuff back, but like, just give me more space around the map device. That way, when I come out from the actual map, I can actually like make sure I select the proper portal or I can select the map device. I'm spending time like going back and forth and back and forth. And this game it's not set up in a way where you spend more time fighting and having fun. You have to come back and you have to talk to Doriani. You got to sell stuff. And I get people, you get the whole, like, you do the item thing, whatever the crap that is. What is it called? Let me pull that up. So you come here and the item filter, right? But like, bro, I want to collect everything. I don't know about y'all, but when I was playing games back in the day, you picked up everything off the ground. Like, I wanted to pick it all up. I'm tired of like what's the point of having a game where you can't pick up every item on the ground and have something meaningful happen to it? I'm okay with you selling it for gold, because I do that. I come here, I identify the item, I sell it, and then I get gold, right? That's why I got 3 million gold. That's not a lot, but like, it makes me feel some kind of good. And then when I come over here and I hit the stash, and then I just throw in all the stuff that I have, like, that's cool. I'm cool with that, right? But like, the fact that people just like leave items on the ground and don't pick them up is just stupid to me. And I get why they do it, but I want to have something meaningful with that. So that leads to the next thing is, I think we need to double the size of all inventory grids. Like, there's one grid in here that I think I bought like this. Every grid in the game should be like this. Every grid in the game. I don't know why every grid. I mean, I'm talking about this grid. This grid should be like that. This grid should be like that. Every grid in the game should be like that. The fact that they have us buy, look at this, man. I have to buy this and you come with all the limited space. Nah, bro. Give me more space. I'm tired of the limitation. I get the game is free to play, but it ain't fun playing inventory management. I've seen people who go on YouTube and they'll just hop online and spend all day crafting crap. Bro, I'm not trying to play a craft simulator. I'm in here because I want to see a demon and I want to punch it in the face with my mace. Like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, dog, this weapon is mad cool, man. Let me add this little essence. Oh, let me exalt it. Oh, that's stupid to me, right? Y'all want to do that? Go on ahead. I'm not telling you to remove it, but like, I'm not trying to do that. So this whole grid thing is annoying. Next thing, let's fix the maps, bro. Let's fix the maps. Now, this might be something that like I'm limited, right? Because I've seen cats who have different maps online on YouTube, and I'm like, man, I don't know how you did that to your map. When I was playing this, I want to say especially it's in Act 2. See, look, I don't even know where I'm going. Act 2's map is retarded to me. When I was playing this, I didn't even know where to go. So here's the first thing I need you to look at, right? Let's look at these stupid ass skulls, right? The first skull don't look that much different from the second skull. The first skull don't look that much different from the third skull. I'm sitting here squinting, looking at it. Now I see there's a little symbol on the bottom right and the plus sign. And then look at the Din Bora, whatever the crap, the Din, whatever thing. That look just like, it's just not colorful. You need to have colors. You need to have red and purple and blue and green. Things need to pop out. Everything is so muted. The only thing that's colorful is the blue of the actual portal of the location. But for me, they really need to pop this. They really need to add more color to this. The notable chest, you can't, like, I don't even know if I've ever seen a chest on the map. Like, I see one now, but like, show me, like, these need to be more colorful, and it's just so bland. I can't stand it. And give me some like linear progression, right? All these little dotted lines, show me where to go next. To me, if anything, just change how the maps look so that I can see a nice linear progression. Show arrows that go here that are permanent, and then you got to go here, and then you got to go there, and then add color to the background of this. You know, everything is so faded and so dull. Like, I know, like, you know, women are great because they add color to your life, and like, maybe you need some women to work on the maps, bro. It's like, my wife be making my house look amazing. This map is so dull and boring, and it's so like, I just don't like it. So improve that. And then let's see, what's the next thing? Yeah, give clear visuals on what you should do and follow, make things, you know, color. All right, now let's do this next one. Y'all cats might be working on this, Triple G, but like, the campaign story is so boring. I don't even know what the hell's going on. I think the only dude that I honestly can say that I visually see and know maybe a little bit about him is the hooded one. And that's just because you got to talk to that dude every time you come back from a map. What is this? I forgot what that dude says. And then Doriani, bro, Doriani need to get slapped. Every time I talk to this dude, he sound mad, like he don't want to talk to me. Like, bro, that can't be getting on my nerves. But we need more cinematics where you see your character, and you should be able to do this, bro. The game is set up where you can't even customize your character, right? So your character, every dude looked the same. Like every warrior cat looks the same. So in the cinematics, it's not like I got like a white warrior and then like, or a Hispanic warrior. It's the same black dude. He's in every single, he looked the same. He just got a different helmet on. So for me, y'all really dropping the ball where there's no cinematics. Again, the game is not released yet, blah, blah, blah. I already know people saying that nonsense, but like you should have stuff like that done. If you don't have that in the pipeline coming up, you need to add that into the pipeline because it's so boring. Now I played a lot of D4. D4 had this down pack. I think you should have something like this. Those little subtle things I think are a big deal. You're going to see later when I give another piece of advice on why I think those subtle things matter. That grabs people's attention. Again, the end game cannot just be adding more quantities of enemies and enemy types. That is the most, I remember when I saw, they were like, oh, because I never played Path of Exile 1. And they were like, hey, dog, we going to have Breach. We going to have Expedition. I was like, oh, snap. They're going to have everything. And when I finally got to the end game, I was like, word. So Expedition is just enemies under the ground. So if I blow up, so I plant bombs and I blow up areas and then enemies come out the ground. So then that's just going from 100 enemies to 150 enemies, but these enemies are hidden in the ground. And then if I do ritual, oh, that's just enemies in a tight circle. So literally I just go and click on this button, a black fog comes around this ritual, and then there's just enemies coming out of the blood on the ground, and just I fight them in a small small space. And then there's Breach. There's this purple hand that just stands in the middle of nowhere, and I just go touch the hand, and then enemies just appear out of the shadows as the purple fog comes out. That's so dumb, bro. So it's just more enemies. So it's just 3 different mechanics to add more enemies. Now, again, I didn't play PoE 1 like that. I played PoE 1 for like maybe, I don't know, like 10 hours because it was just so annoying. And I didn't get to the end game. And bro, that's not end game content. And I remember when it dropped and I was like, yo, this is going to be awesome. And the end game content was just doo-doo. And now I get it. I know how Jonathan looked. Jonathan would be rolling his eyes right now. He'd be like, nigga, this nigga don't even know we not done yet. I understand you're not done yet, but like what you've done ain't good enough. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like whatever you've released so far isn't good enough. So I'm concerned about what you haven't done yet. Because if it's more of this trash, then it's not going to be good when you come out with all the other stuff. So it's like, come on, man. That's another thing. I'm just going to say this straight up. Every time I've watched Jonathan in a YouTube video, this cat, he don't like, you can't make a game for yourself. Like, if you're gonna make a game for yourself, then have your version of the game uploaded on your computer and give everybody else what they want. I get that this is like a sense of artistic expression, but like he always seems to have this attitude, and I can see it in his face, like he's holding back behind that fake smile, where he's just acting like, you know, like, I'm just gonna do whatever the F I want. And I'm like, I get you could do what you want, but are people gonna buy your shit? Like, are people gonna pay? Especially if the game is free to play and the only way you make money is if I buy cosmetics. It's like, you gotta build like it, you know, I know this dude is own a business, and it's like he's been with, you know, Triple G for a long time, but you could, if you wanted to, if you wanted the game to be a specific way, you could just have your own uploaded version of the game on your own server and just give everybody else what they want, instead of trying to gatekeep and be like, nah, dog, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna add that feature. I'm gonna make it annoying. I don't want you to have fun because I don't like having fun, and I want you to not have fun. It's like, come on, bro. So he need to fix his attitude. Like, this cat, I for real think this dude need to fix his attitude. That's a little side topic. Next thing is fix the trading system. Y'all cats already know this. It's mad doo-doo. I had never played a game this complicated before, and the trading system is so ridiculous. I spend so much time on a separate website. And here's the thing, right? The inflation and currency of this game is so ridiculous. I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't get banned, but like, they gotta fix the currency situation, because all this does is lead people to do things that will force players to get banned. Wink, wink. You know what I'm talking about. And it's dumb. And it's like, you're gonna ban players for using stuff outside, but then you set up the game to be so doo-doo that, like, if you banned it, like if they banned me, I wouldn't come back. I wouldn't even feel bad. I'd be like, you know what, dog? Like, your game is mad trash anyway. Like, you don't want to set up a game where people don't want to engage in it just because the way you set it up, there's just no fun. And in order for me to have fun, I got to go to other websites and do other things that are against the terms and conditions just to have fun, right? Like, that's what I'm seeking. I'm just seeking fun. I want cool builds with flashy things, and I got to do things at other websites just to have fun. Like, come on, bro. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. So why are you gonna ban people for doing stuff like, I don't get that. Why people gotta, like, the people download these stupid apps and they have to figure out what an item is worth and then sell it. Like, bro, this ain't, what are we playing? Like, this ain't like, what's that one game, Steph? What's the one game where you just like play with the character, Stardew Valley or some shit? I'm not playing with apples. Like, I'm gonna sell this unique apple and this apple's gonna give me a lot of gold. And like, come on, bro. Like, this is, to me, that's not what this is. If it is, and y'all cats hate me for it, I don't really give a rip. You know, I'm grown enough to not really give a rip about anybody, you know, being a hater. I just think this game isn't fun when you put such an incentive on that. And again, if people want to do that, they can go ahead and do that. I have zero problems with that. But make it accessible for other people who don't want to engage with that system. Because how am I supposed to buy, like, you know, how am I supposed to get something and the currency for this item, it's like, get this cool equipment, right? And I'm just gonna show y'all cats, right? I'm probably gonna be telling on myself, but like, it's like, oh, get the Palm of Dreamer. Then you go on to the trade website, the Palm of Dreamer, mad expensive. How you think I'm gonna get that? Like, come on. It's stupid. All right, next. Transmogs. That might have just got me banned, but it's whatever, man. I'm trying to help the community. I'm trying to help this game. And I think I'm just a very honest person. Transmogs. I don't know if we even have this in the game now. I'm pretty sure we don't, but it'd be nice. I bought this particular outfit, but it'd be nice to just be able to take all the different equipment and just transmog it, right? Grab that visual, and then maybe I don't need to buy this outfit. I can just, you know, because I think their outfits are mad doo-doo. Like, that's another thing I want to bring up, that the outfits that y'all dudes do sell, they're so trash. Like, I don't find any of this stuff cool looking at all, like at all. Let me go take a look and see if there's anything else new. Let me see. Let me go in here. It's so boring. Like, even like these dudes got no shoulder blades. Like, let me show you. These guys be like, they don't look like they go to the gym. I mean, I get it. They just look weak. Like, and look at this, bro. Like, I'm not trying to buy this, man. I get it, but like, they lack visual appeal. You got this dude with the little like beetle head. I don't even know what that is. Like, is it a caterpillar? I guess some cats be watching. they go to the shop and they like, yo, that's mad cool. This is what I want. This is dumb. Like, just stop this. Just stop it, bro. This ain't cool at all. Like, this, I honestly don't think a lot of these are cool. Now, again, I hear you in the comments, bro. They gonna come out with this stuff. Give them time. Nah, bro. I paid $36 or whatever it was. So I got a voice now. So you need to come out with some stuff. I'm not playing the free to play version. I'm playing the paid version. All right. And then what's next? So I say, yeah, we need to be able to collect outfits and put those aside. Transmog. All right. Give us a damage dummy, right? It's sad that Diablo 4 has this down pack. A damage dummy would be absolutely fantastic. This makes no sense. We should have it. And then the next thing I want to bring up is that when I don't know if y'all, I'm sure cats who play the game know what I'm about to say. There's one enemy that I remember, and you fight her in Act 3. Let's go to the quest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you fight her in Act 3. Yeah, when you get to that nasty ass filthy place, the place with the girl, she grabs a titty and it's filled with like acid and stuff. That shit is nasty. But there's a woman, there's like this old witch like woman there. She's like a sorcerer, and she looked like she came from the Blair Witch Project, and she like has this water ball that floats above the ground, and this whirlpool of water. The visual on that, I think, is perfect. You know exactly what's happening to you. I don't really know specifically the ailment that it is, but like when that hits you, the game lets you know, hey dog, you need to move out the way. There's a lot of other things in the game that kill you. I get like the poison will turn your shit green. I want something more visually appealing, kind of like the witch with her blue orb that will indicate to you what's happening to you. Or maybe like even a log that just tells you died because you got hit with a bunch of fire. Like you died because you got hit because you were bleeding. Because sometimes you don't really know. Now, I know some of y'all cats that are way more skilled than me. Again, you'll be like, I know exactly why. I can figure out exactly what killed me. I can't, because I'm not trying to sit here and read all this crap all day. So make it more visually appealing, right? I read books for reading. I play video games to numb out. Right? That's what we're trying to do here. So another thing I want, all right, I haven't even got to my favorite advice. And I have such a great example to share with you. But the next thing I want secrets and different passageways. Now I know they kind of do this a little bit, but I want more unique secret passageways, like straight up RNG, like random. Right now you open up a map, and if you discover the whole map, there's like a hidden passage that's always there for everybody. Nope. You can keep those. I want random passages and portals that take you to different worlds and realms that spawn unique levels. Like I'm talking about like a complete detour, like you in act number 3, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get this cool portal that pulls up and it goes down this path, and maybe there's like a time limit, or maybe there's like don't die, and you can't use any of your flasks. And if you just keep going down this realm and then like you get to the end of it, you can open up a chest, and the chest could have some unique item. That would be mad cool, right? Again, if you increase the difficulty, because I know some cats got some builds that are absolutely ridiculous, stuff like this becomes more viable, right? That to me is where you should use like the Trial of the Secima stuff, like the honor mode, right? Reward me by saying, hey, let's take that honor system from the Trial of Secima and put it in these secret passages and secret realms that randomly appear as you go through the different acts. Then that honor system is more meaningful, because then when you get to the end, if you didn't get hit, then it's like, oh snap, I get this cool gear that maybe only drops with the boss, or just gear that's completely different that only drops with these secret realms, and you got to beat them to get them. I think that would be really, really cool. Now, I know y'all cats heard this from before, because if you played D4, you definitely want this. Add random enemy character encounters like the Butcher, right? Give us a unique stalker mechanic that would drop mods or items that, like, here's what I think it should be, the way it should be done. We should have a mini roaming boss, and that mini roaming boss is specific to that act. So you have a unique act boss, and then he has his unique stalker, and that stalker kind of like appears, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna get you, right? And then as you go through the act, he just randomly shows up to try to F you up. And if you kill him, or maybe if you kill him enough times, or if you kill him, and make him mad difficult, like he can't be mad easy to beat, he will drop mods, or he will drop items that you can consume that will help you to beat the final act boss. That way, if you can't beat that dude, the final act boss is mad difficult. But if you beat that unique stalker maybe multiple times, he gives you an item that helps boost that final boss. That would be mad cool. And so you don't have to steal the Butcher. You just steal the concept of the butcher, and every act has like their own butcher, and make them mad unique. Like, you know, some flame dude, like you start seeing fire on the floor and you're like, oh shit, that nigga with the fire's coming. And or you might see acid come in, or you might see like a wave mechanic. It'd be mad cool if like there was some type of water guy who would like flood the entire map or something. And like you have to beat the map within a specific time. And if you don't get out, you'll die. Like something like that would be so cool. And you would know, oh, the unique stalker's around and I need to go. And then have a cool voice line that's associated with it. And then this second to last thing, we talked about this earlier. We need to fix the passive skill tree. Again, I want the ability to, and I think, I mean, for me, again, y'all cats may not like it, but I like this idea. So you got this, right? So let's say I want to be a warrior titan, right? And you see giant's bloods here. And then I switch my warrior titan to be like a warrior titan monk. Or I switch my warrior titan to be like a warrior titan witch, right? And I'm just using wands and shit like that. So I'm still a warrior. I'm still a titan, but now I'm using wands, right? I'm using scepters. Now there might be some really cool keystone that's over here, like, I don't know, chaos inoculation, or what's this thing? Pure power. I don't think that's a keystone. Man, I think it is a keystone. Or power conduction. I want the ability. Now I know what y'all gonna say. You can go to the amulet and you can add allocates pure power. I get all that. But what I'm suggesting is that not only can you do stuff like what you currently can do, where you can like embed certain keystones, I'm saying that even notables, right? Which you come here, small nodes you can't do this on, but notables and keystones, I think you should be able to like swap out notables and keystones from across the skill tree. So if I'm over here and I'm a warrior, and you know how it is, you don't get no energy shield here. All the energy shield crap's on the other side. So what if I just said, hey, you know what? Instead of increasing my damage, I want to swap these out for some energy shield. So then it should give me the ability, right? So if I come here, oh man, I don't like that thing at all. Hold on, let's get rid of that. Hold on. So then I come here and I go energy shield, right? And then, hold on, let's click out. And you see all this? Now, wouldn't it be cool if I could just say, you know what? I want to get mindful awareness. And I want to swap mindful awareness for some doo-doo notable. Like, oh, I want, instead of colossal weapon, I'm going to put mindful awareness there. And just swap them back and forth. Now, you can't give an unlimited amount of these. But it would be cool, like, again, like I said earlier, if you had like 100 different passive nodes. I think you could go up to like 120 or something like that. Just maybe make 20 or 30 of them swappable. Because one, you're not going to swap the attributes, right? Because the attributes are the attributes. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, that's cool. But these notables, you might want to swap. Like if you just have too much damage or this melee damage isn't going to do you any good, you can swap that out. I think you should be able to swap out any notable for a specific set number so that people can actually build characters that are unique to them. Because one of the issues I ran into, I had people who were watching my gameplay when I was online and they would just dog me because they'd be like, yo, dog, you just trying to be a monk, bro. Why don't you stop being a warrior and just go be a monk? And they got on, that gets on my nerves because then it's like, well, like I chose warrior, but then the gear started dropping and it gave me monk shit. So I'm gonna use monk stuff because the monk stuff looked powerful. And then the monk skills were cool. And then they were better than the warrior skills. And then I was like, well, this is the only thing that makes sense. Let me keep playing as this monk. But then as I got closer to the end game, clearly there was a lot of stuff the monk gets that I can't get as a warrior. So wouldn't it be cool if I could just swap a certain set of points to skill points that are on the other side of the tree that the warrior gets, so I can have truly a unique warrior titan monk build? That's what I think needs to happen. And again, create some limits for logical reasons on why I can't just do that endlessly. And lastly, I ain't gonna front, this is my favorite, and I know there's going to be a niche amount of you. I'm gonna have to turn the sound down on purpose for this. We need I think the game drastically, and when I say and the rock means, and I mean drastically, the game needs to have improved sound to the max, right? Like, come on. Y'all, I know y'all hearing this. The sound needs to be improved. We need Gauntlet Dark Legacy type soundtracks up in this game. To me, that's the game that drew me into this world. Like, y'all cats need to hear this music. To me, the music is just wonderful. Y'all hear that? Oh. It's probably loud as hell. Hold on. And then what else? Hold on. Let's do another one. Come on. That's not even my favorite jams. Come on, man. I know, like, honestly, when it comes to this game, the memorable sound effects come from like when you're at your home base, because that music is just the music you hear the most. But like, come on. And then don't even get me started on the Summoner from the Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Come on, listen to this dude. Come on. We need more. Your life force is running out. Your life force is running out. Come on, man. We need this. Your life force is running out. Red Warrior needs food badly. Red Warrior is about to die. Now I get it. This game is so quick and you get one-shotted. So it's kind of hard to incorporate this, but they gotta be able to do this, like, for real, man. This to me is what makes games iconic. The sound effects need to be drastically improved. I want more memorable music. I'm looking at the sound department over at Triple G. Y'all cats gotta do better. I need iconic sounds that bring you back, right? When every time you guys play a game, right? Every time you play the game, you remember shit like this. That's the stuff you remember. You remember all of these things. Come on, dog. It's just you just got a random voiceover of a dude who just announces the map that you on. That's so fantastic.
Congratulations! Your name will be recorded in the Hall of Legends for all to see.
Yes! You hear that? And then make that be tied behind getting to level 90 or getting to level 100. And of course, make getting to level 100 so much easier. You gonna be so hyped. You hear that? You'd be the only, how many people in the world would even have that recording or that audio played to them while they're playing the game? Like, it just creates another incentive. And I think the music in this game, I'm not going to front. There might be a few songs from a couple maps, but like, I don't even remember, honestly, and there's not even like unique monster sounds that I can even say I remember. Like, for real. Like, you need unique sound that's going to really, like, you hear like a in the background and you're like, oh shit, it's the Wretches. You know, like in Gears of War had wonderful sound effects. A lot. I mean, I could go on and on and on. We need very unique, distinct sound effects that pop. It feels like the sound effects are literally just as muted as the maps are. That's literally what it feels like. You see the color of these maps? That's how the sound effects sound to me. The sound effects are trash. And I really think the sound effects really need to have more color, more pop. I get the game is trying to be dark, but like, you could have sound and the game still be dark, right? Like, I want to know, like in Gauntlet Dark Legacy, there, every time you hear that roar, there's that one enemy who's got like a bomb on his back and he's about to run at you. And it's like, roar, and he comes rushing at you. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we should have. So that's the one thing that I think the game needs the most. That's very, very disappointing. And I really wish they would do so much better and improve on drastically, because just listen to this. Come on, man. I mean, we're not even playing the classic Gauntlet song because I didn't even like save it. But man, to me, this is better. Now, granted, I understand it might not go with the theme of the game. I understand all that. But again, these are the things that I think that the game should improve on. I tried to make the video quick, but man, there was just too much that I had to bring as improvements. And there's much more, to be frank with you. I mean, I just came up with a lot of these ideas just within like a good 20 to 25 minutes of just sitting down thinking. I'm sure I could come up with more. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry the video is so long, but I promise you I went through these very quickly and I tried to make it as entertaining as possible. If you gotten this far, make sure you like and subscribe. You know, do the whole YouTube thing. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to be streaming today, but I wanted to at least put this out because I want this game to succeed. I want this game to be fun. I want it to be exciting. And I think there's a lot of changes. And I do understand we have to give these guys a lot of grace because they're working on something. I mean, they're spread thin. They're working on PoE 1 and PoE 2. I think you should take Baldur's Gate idea, right? And just have separate teams working around the clock. But hey, maybe you don't make that much money. But if you made the changes, maybe you'd make more money and then you could add more staff and then you could do these things, right? So, hey, per usual, how I normally end, if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, you should get to know him. It'll be the best decision you ever make in your life. Just ask him to come into your life. Peace, love, and hap. Again, it'll be the best decision you've ever made. Peace, love, and hap. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless. I'm out. I'll catch you guys.